party of 6. There's still no sign of Cait Sith, Cid, or Vincent, so let's hope that they'll be revealed later rather than held back for the 3rd game. While the fantastic combat from Remake remains, we can see it's had a few tweaks since we last saw it. Combo moves from the DLC have been fully integrated into the system, and we can see several flashy attacks, such as this one where Aerith launches Tifa through a magical dome. There's also a new icon on the battle HUD, a series of 5 horizontal bars, but it's not yet clear what new system they are linked to. We may be missing Cait Sith, Cid and Vincent, but there are some other fun and less fun familiar faces in this trailer.
Feast your eyes on the Turks' latest and greatest, Elena.
She may be new, but she's still a Turk.
We meet the remake version of Elena, the youngest member of the Turks, in what is clearly the encounter from the Mithril Mine. And later on, we see the grotesque form of Genova Birth, which now seems to hang from the ceiling of the cargo ship like some kind of cancerous barnacle. As with the first game in the remake trilogy, we'll also be seeing a range of new bosses. Here we see Barrett and Red 13 fighting some form of giant rock golem, potentially down in the Mithril Mine. The lack of Cloud in this fight suggests that there will be story sequences in which the party splits up and travels separate paths too.
Well now, think we woke it up? Angered it, more like.
And those are the 7 major details that you need to know from the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer. Did you spot any other cool details?
Just look at it all. It's so green. Even after everything we've done to it, it's still going strong.
It may look that way, but in reality, it's barely hanging on.
For more, check out the full FF7 Rebirth trailer, and for everything else, stick with IGN.
When there is so much to tell, where should I even start? With all that we saw, what we heard, what we felt, this planet of ours, destiny, our part in it. Best to start at the beginning, perhaps. Midgar, the city of Mako, ruled by the Shinra Electric Power Company, who drained the planet of its very essence, the life stream, and processed it for industry as Mako. Our world was dying, and so few could hear her cries for mercy. Those who could rose up in her defense. The anti-Shinra rebels, Avalanche. Among them, Cloud Strife, an ex-soldier hired by the Resistance to destroy Reactor 1. In Sector 8, amidst the aftermath of the attack, Cloud met a flower seller named Aerith. She offered him a yellow blossom. One said to symbolize reunion. And thus was destiny set in motion. With Reactor 1 gone, Avalanche set their sights on Mako Reactor 5. Unfortunately, they were playing right into Shinra's hands. The company was able to draw the wool over the people's eyes. And in the end, destroyed Sector 7, killing thousands and laying the blame at Avalanche's feet. Though dear friends were lost, Avalanche had no time to grieve. Aerith had struck a deal with Shinra, who took her into custody. With her capture, Shinra's obsession was within reach. The fabled Promised Land. For Aerith was the last of the Cetra, the ancient stewards of the planet. And only she could guide them to paradise. To save her, the team infiltrated the Shinra building, the company's beating heart, was here that I, another prisoner, joined their story and assisted them in freeing Aerith. Yet during our flight, we came face to face with a man thought dead. The vaunted war hero, Sephiroth. Before he could be stopped, Cloud's foe fled with the corpse of Jenova, the cataclysm from the stars and the catalyst of our plight. Eventually, we too made good our escape. Pursuing troopers defeated, we raced toward Midgar's edge. Yet Sephiroth once again intervened. Suddenly, deafening screams rent the air. Whispers, the arbiters of fate, descended upon the city. Before their imposing wall, Aerith warned us. This was Destiny's crossroads. Every moment, every action, every step taken had all been as the Whispers willed it. To fight them was to break free. On the other side of fate, Sephiroth waited, the Whispers undulating within him. Cloud brought his blade down upon his rival, sundering destiny. But the fight won, and the shackles of destiny broken. We stood before the unknown, a world of boundless freedom. It was there, beyond where fate could follow, that a new journey began.
Oh, here we go. Hello, if anyone's there.
What happened to this place?
It was Sephiroth.
He wants to finish what he started and rule over the planet.
We have to help them.
You coming?
Way ahead of ya!
Let's get to work.
I will reclaim our world.
皆さんこんにちは。スクエアエニックスの北瀬義則です。私がシリーズプロデューサーを務めるファイナルファンタジー7の最新作ファイナルファンタジー7リバースがついに2月29日に発売いたします。本作のストーリーは主人公クラウドとその仲間たちが宿敵であるセフィオスを追いかけ、魔法都市ミッドガルの外にある広大な世界へと足を踏み出すところから物語が始まります。今回のステートプレイではこのゲームの魅力を凝縮した最新のトレーラーをはじめ特別なゲーム紹介映像をご用意しています。また重要なお知らせがありますので、ぜひ番組の最後までお付き合いください。それではどうぞ。
Cloud, bring me the black materia.
Oof, that's new.
The beginning of the end. The celebration of the faithful.
Oh.
A watershed moment for all mankind.
Hey kids, sorry we're late.
Actually doing Temple of the Ancients then. Don't think so, Raven.
To be the first lucky lady. Hey, boss! Your guests are here. At long last, the knave returns. I refuse to be upstaged
Well,
a second time, my friend.
I don't know if this is the battle arena.
Good, Cloud.
That was all new shit.
Fill your hollow heart with rage.
I'm back now, Aerith. I'm back.
We ask that you retrieve it. The black materia, key to our oblivion. Please. It alone can liberate us from this endless dream.
Look, it's one of your tiki men, Raven.
You.
Tifa! Whew! Hey guys!
They're getting some sun too, huh?
The fucking sailor outfit.
How do we look?
Huh? You should get yourself a reading!
It's gotta be hiding some ginormous materia! Woohoo!
They make these cuts too fast.
Thing over right now!
You said that Sephiroth is your foe. I have a history with him.
You wouldn't believe what he can do.
Wait, don't misunderstand. You'll need a way home. So when you're ready, I'll be here.
An emissary from Wutai is here, sent by Viceroy Sarut.
With all this goddamn blood on my hands, how could I ever hold my daughter again?
Of course we
Those
are.
we hate, those we love, those we fear. Jenova would become anyone to fool her prey.
Don't do this!
But I'm no fool.
Sephiroth!
Well, Cloud's gone full misogynist.
Not you.
Here, take it. This isn't about me, though. It's about saving the world. And you.
The reunion, when spite and sorrow are harvested to feed the planet. No!
Man. This isn't really a waifu
皆さ
game.
んこんにちは。ファイナルファンタジー7リバースディレクターの浜口直樹です。トレーラーはいかがでし
It's
たでしょ
a
うか。
very colourful
ここ
shirt,
からは
Naoki.
本作がどのようなゲームなのか、私から皆様にご紹介していきたいと思います。
This is just a big story that happens to have a couple of waifus in it. That's not true.
I'm waiting, Cloud.
In Final Fantasy VII Remake, Cloud and his companions triumph over destiny. Leaving the city of Midgar behind,
they step out into an unfamiliar wilderness. It is here that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth begins.
Yeah, their dress is pretty conservative. She's like the
stage.
She's the girl in the Chad memes.
Story unfolds is
Trad
both
wife.
vast and varied. The world is made up of multiple regions, all seamlessly interconnected.
I've got to pay attention to this now.
Grasslands. Located due south of Midgard, this is where Cloud and the gang resume their adventure.
It is if you're a martial artist and you just want
Where a
mobility.
metropolis by the same name overlooks the ocean, a symbol of Shinra's military might. The Karel region.
Embarrassing, just in like a vest.
Sol adorns its northern shore, while the gold saucer stands as a gilded oasis above the Dust Bowl
Where's the
far
cat?
to the south.
Casual.
The Gingaga region. Pay tribute to Zack by exploring his hometown, or visit what remains of the local Mako reactor. The Cosmo Canyon region.
There's the lowly waifu, or the
Become
closest
one
you'll
with
get
the
to it.
planet as you return to Red 13's roots.
The ninja girl,
The Nebel region.
Yuffie.
Take a trip down memory lane with Cloud and Tifa, or stop by Shinra Manor, where Vincent rests in peace. Your adventure will even extend to the high seas.
Wow.
There's more to do than simply walk around, however. First, let's look at world intel. Assisting Chadley with his research will deepen his understanding of the world, allowing him to develop new material.
Oh no, Assassin's Creed towers.
This research takes many forms,
Hopefully not.
such as wrangling chocobos, or playing with the Mooglets at their Mog stools. You may also come across sanctuaries brimming with knowledge of divine entities, or lairs inhabited by fearsome, unique foes. Chadley will also enlist your help in researching mysterious artifacts known as proto-relics. Each investigation is its own side story, featuring
Okay,
a
that looks
colorful
funny.
cast of characters, exciting new minigames, and ferocious creatures. Are you up for the challenge? And once you recover all the proto-relics scattered throughout the world, there's no telling what new developments might be in store.
Who the fuck is that?
Next, let's talk about odd jobs. These quests offer a deep dive into the regions of the world and the crazy characters who inhabit them. As a merc, Cloud will accept work from people he meets in his travels
Hi, Paul.
and team up with his pals to solve their troubles. By helping those in need, he will also strengthen the bonds between him and his comrades.
There you go. You're going to accuse them of
Each one
sexualizing the
these
frogs
odd
now.
jobs boasts a unique side story. Some, like Johnny's questline, borrow aspects from the original FF7, while others highlight content exclusive to Rebirth. You'll find all sorts of jobs the world over. And don't worry if you leave some for later.
Love how
Story
they all keep.
progression won't affect your side hustle. You can
What
always
else
go
happening here?
back to tie up loose ends. And this freedom to experience the story how you want is one of Rebirth's greatest
I mean,
strengths.
there's cats, so I'm not complaining. But
While some minigames are tied to world intel and odd jobs, many are not. For example, popular ones from the Gold Saucer, such as 3D Brawler,
that's my shit.
G-Bike,
The
and
motorbike.
Chocobo Racing, are in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth 2.
Right. They've gone balls out with the
Others
minigames.
improve upon their remake versions,
Wild.
while still more are completely new to Rebirth.
Take that,
We've
fat
even fleshed
chocobo.
out some of the mini-games that were featured as part of the original Final Fantasy VII's main scenario.
The patriotic
Though this
gun
one is not in
marching.
the original, I highly suggest you check out the card game, Queen's Blood. No matter where you are in the story, it's sure to both challenge and entertain you. Enjoy collecting all the cards and building your own unique decks.
He's planning to use the black materia, but I won't let that happen. He has to be stopped.
cinematic storytelling in a Final Fantasy game.
And I'm the last.
You've gotta be joking.
While mini-games and map exploration are a big part of Rebirth's charm, there's more to it than just that. Rebirth provides a cinematic experience, with even higher quality content and more of it than Remake. This installment follows Cloud and company after they escape Midgard, up through to their arrival at the Forgotten Capital. We've taken painstaking care to depict how the group bonds during their journey, one that ultimately decides Aerith's fate. Once you finish Rebirth, I'm sure you'll agree that no other game makes you feel
migrating
quite this
to the
close
summer.
to its characters.
Not even him.
As for the graphics,
No, they ain't gonna actually spoil the important
full
shit.
use of the PlayStation 5 and its SSD, meaning we could use much higher resolution assets than we could in Remake, and they will still load in the blink of an eye.
That's fine, I'm patient. I can wait for
Maintain
loading.
a 60 FPS frame rate with performance mode.
Ah, good.
Or prioritize 4K resolution.
That'll be
with
me then,
graphics mode.
seeing as I'm on a 1080.
Whichever you prefer. Rebirth has you covered.
Need my frames to do
Each
parries.
character interacts with the world in their own way. Barrett shoots objects.
Yes, they do, unfortunately.
Yuffie swings across gaps. Tifa has her grappling gun. Red can climb along walls.
Red is a douche.
Kate Sith grabs and throws items. And Aerith manipulates the life stream. Whatever challenges you face, your teammates will be ready to help you overcome them. Now for the music.
A lot more interactive
We wanted to
environment
pay
stuff
respect to
than
the original FF7's
Remake then.
tracks, but also challenge ourselves by matching the feeling of each scene, which resulted in some truly innovative arrangements. Like, for example, the following.
Wow, that was a good shot of the high wind. The airship.
How was that? If you enjoyed what you heard, we recorded well over 400 new tracks for this game, so there's plenty more where that came from.
Thank you for choosing Bronco Cruises. We sincerely hope you enjoyed your trip with us.
Your party's bonds aren't just reflected in the story, but through gameplay as well. The choices you make throughout your adventure will change the way your comrades feel towards Cloud.
Yeah. At least I made that promise to you.
These feelings affect who will join you on a date in the Gold Saucer. Something I'm sure many of you are excited about. In fact, even allies who weren't available in the original FF7 can now accompany you, provided you play your cards right. The saucer is packed with many incredible sights to see and things to do. So your outing there will no doubt be a highlight of
And
the
they
game.
certainly are for the first half of this year.
Already have someone who you'd like to go with?
You first.
Cloud?
Well, we hope they feel the same way too. Your companions will share a bond not only with Cloud, but with each other as well. Your party level, a numerical expression of this bond, will increase as you overcome challenges.
Stuff me.
I'm going to accompany you.
The higher this level, the more skills will become available in your character's folios, a mechanic new to Rebirth.
Wow.
By unlocking the skills etched in these tones, your characters will grow stronger
Definitely
and learn new synergy commands.
making it look like the sphere grid from Final Fantasy X.
Part of what makes Rebirth's combat so fun is all the different character combinations.
I mean, the red catch in
Switch up your team to fit the situation, or even your mood. Every possible party combination has its own unique synergy commands. So once you find characters that work for you,
it's a talking
focus
cat.
on tweaking their skills to match your combat needs. And don't be afraid to experiment. You can reset your folios at any time. With new characters and synergy commands at your disposal,
You get 2
Remake's
cats.
satisfying hybrid of action combat and strategic planning has been made even more dynamic and engaging.
There's Yuffie believing it.
We can't wait for you to experience all
Shadow
this
clone
and
jutsu.
more in Final
What the
Fantasy
fuck?
VII Rebirth
He's
on
squealed.
PlayStation 5.
Gate Sith wielding the Buster Sword there.
本作のクリエイティブディレクターの野村哲也です。いかがだったでしょうか。広大な世界で描かれるクラウドたちの物語にどうぞご期待ください。
Shown fucking loads in this.
最後になりましたが、
They've been
皆様
like
に重要
trickling
なお知
out
らせがあり
stuff
ます。
on the trailers, and now it's like
本日より
everything.
ファイナルファンタジー7リバースを先行してプレイしていただける体験版を配信いたします。この体験版では物語の重要なポイントとなるニブルヘイム事件が収録されており、クラウドやセフィロスを操作することができます。さらに今回の体験版では発売までの間にアップデートが入り、ジュノンエリアの一部を探索できる追加デモが開放されます。本作の特徴である自由度の高いエリア探索を体験してください。詳細な情報は公式サイトや SNS をご確認ください。ぜひこの豪華な体験版をお楽しみいただきつつ、本作の発売をお待ちください。
Something to stream there then. Those triggers are weird.
Don't give up now, you guys!
Oh, is that it? Oh, there they go. This is IGN, so they'll probably carry on trying to peddle their wares now.
Beyond and hello and welcome to a very special post Final Fantasy State of Play episode of Beyond. If you're joining us live, we just got to see a whole bunch of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. If you're not
I don't
joining
know
us
if we
live,
need that.
that's what we just got to see. I'm your host,
So
Max.
that's what I'm doing.
Joined by 3 of the biggest Final Fantasy fans in the LA office. Joining me from the studio, we've got Nick Lamone, Nick Maillet, and Tom Jorgensen. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Beyond.
Beyond. That's what we're supposed to say. Okay, just so right out the gate, I want to get a feeling on this. I want to know. I want to go around. What's your biggest takeaway from this presentation that we got? Because there's really, I went in with sort of high expectations, and I'm feeling a little overwhelmed at how much is going to be in this game. Nick,
I agree.
Nick Lamone.
Yeah, I think you took the words right out of my mouth. Like Aerith literally just put Barrett's sunglasses on and started destroying people with it. This showcase did something that I wasn't really expecting, and because after Remake leading into Rebirth, I was wondering, what else can they do to add to the game? Like, obviously, it's a little more open world now, but mechanically, what am I going to be doing? And they just showed a ton of new mechanics, whether it be all the
That's
thousands of
Gilgamesh.
mini games seemingly, relationship stuff, and so much more. Like the synergy attacks alone, I could go off on for hours on end. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, once I saw that world map, I went, oh my god, this is gonna be huge. And they just every minute
Sephiroth copying a feel.
I went, what? This game is gonna be just incredible. And I love the last one, but this looks like it's just gonna blow it out of the water.
So much of the focal point of this remake project for Final Fantasy VII has been centered on how are we recontextualizing this famous story that we're also.
Wonder if that demo is already up for download.
Rebirth so far, especially in this showcase, has shown us like the story.
What they never
spend time in this world, and yeah, so much of what they showed off today really.
Because
It's pretty fascinating too to see them recontextualize.
they don't do gay stuff in Japanese games.
Into a high fidelity PS5 environment like we saw.
Well, they even snuck in another extra waifu who's not in the original game. I don't know who that redhead is.
You fought a very big giant boss that had
I'm assuming it's the redhead dude's brother.
And it looked like
sister.
Into a normal human form. So it's really fascinating to see those PS1 blocky graphics just brought to life with this, the power of the PS5.
And
it's nuts.
And literally in a few.
Oh, there is kind of is two big sword boys.
Yep.
I've always joked that like Final Fantasy VII is one of the best snowboarding games ever made, with way too many menus getting to the part where you can snowboard. But like, I didn't see that one here, but we did get certainly a huge wealth of other mini games.
Dolphin riding, importantly.
The guy who's wearing similar clothes to Cloud, but he's got black hair. That's
one where it's basically impossible to pull off.
he used the big sword before
I'm
Cloud
hoping
had it.
some of the activities in this and make them a little bit more fun. But I mean, obviously, that doesn't seem to be the issue here. The thing that clicked for me about a good chunk of the way into the first into remake was how much it kind of reminds me of Yakuza, in that ultimately like there's the core story and there's the
it's like they've
side quests and
put a
stuff.
shitload into this. Like,
that are just there for fun. And it feels like they're really hitting hard on this time around.
looks like no stone is unturned as far as locations.
That's where the fun happens. But that's not necessarily the thing that people kind of call back to with this. Kind of out the gate, which of these activities do you see yourself spending the most time in, Nick Lamone?
Just based on my PTSD alone with the Gold Saucer theme song, I have a feeling I'm going to be spending a lot of time there trying to min-max and get the high score and everything so I can get whatever most expensive GP item it is, because that area has its own currency in the original game, so I'm hoping stuff like that's back. But like
These guys are boring. I turned them down so that I could talk over them. I'm just not sure what to put on the screen instead now.
Now, so stoked to do all of the stuff in the Gold Saucer.
Yeah, and about that 3D rock paper scissors game, I think it was impossible in the original. Like, you just could not beat it unless you cheated. So it'd be cool to actually beat it
to see what happens when you when you finish it.
Weeks I spent as a kid just getting mad at my PS1, just like, I can't do this, So also the dolphin mini game. In the original one, you just had to jump, from what I remember, and it looks like it's a full.
I could find something from the old game, maybe.
Yeah, I think the dolphin riding is one of the things that made me the most excited when I watched this. Only for how it really calls to mind the fact that they are still so focused on having fun and retaining that sort of silly aspect of the original and celebrating that in this sort of modern.
I was just keeping them on because they keep showing the footage as well.
The original PlayStation was kind of built and centered around the idea of doing novel, out there concepts with a lot of the initial launch lineup, whether that be Vib Ribbon, Jumping Flash, or Final Fantasy VII. And so seeing them kind of
Well, that's a weird scene though.
That mindset, that fun, zany.
He's just tilting his head around bullets.
Really
that was not very.
A snapshot in history of what PlayStation represented at that time. And now we're seeing it brought to life with, in 4K.
Yeah,
wasn't so
really
cloud-like.
Lends this air of celebration to the entire thing, whereas as much as Final Fantasy VII is crucial to the Final Fantasy series, it is also so crucial just to the story of Sony in general.
100%.
In their gaming space, yeah.
I'm kind of blown away by all the different traversal options here. Like I don't know. So with remake,
I do just find this guy hilarious though. The
which I know is something that some people kind of held.
Cat riding the stuffed toy.
Square Enix is kind of selling a full game piecemeal, trying to get us to buy it 3 times.
I love how that thing's animated.
Definitely having less of that sensation this time around. This feels like they really, you know, that was something of a prologue. That was sort of the first installment. This, just from everything we're seeing here, looks like it's going to be pretty substantially hefty, and I feel like it's going to maybe quiet some of the concerns that this is being kind of you know, chopped up and sold off in bits and pieces. Just seeing the sheer amount of different environments we're going to be exploring, and I mean, we knew that, like, at the tail end of the, you know, PS4 life cycle, like, we knew that there's stuff that they were probably trying to do with Remake that was just impossible with that hardware, and you know, the fact that the first, what was it, Intergrade, the first side story was PS5 exclusive, was kind of a nice hint that, yeah, this is going to be pushing things a little bit further, and I'm really stoked to just be properly getting an experience
What the heck is that?
That is just going to have the PS5, you know, cooking on all cylinders, as we like to say around these parts. But yeah, it's I guess I was also you know, I was kind of expecting, like, maybe is this going to be another 30-hour installment? Is this going to be another, you know, there's areas.
You can find something silly. That's what it looked like in the old game. Doing his little dance. And I think this guy's doing a glitch. He has like a gambling mechanic. If you get the Kate Sith face on the slots there, he does game over, which I've never actually done myself. So that will just end the battle. And that's one of the hardest bosses in the game. So he one-shotted it with the power of gambling, basically, is what happened there. And reap the rewards. There's the comparison there. It wasn't really that popular a character, really, but I don't know, just looks like I'll probably put him in the party when I can, just because he's got comedy value. Not that bad. Fat chocobo. Well, I don't even know if I've seen all these. They're not. No, that's a heal for everyone. Look you go. What the fuck? Oh yeah, he goes big. Okay, I guess he can randomly summon. Oh yeah. Uh-oh, that's the bad one. That kills everyone in your party. Oops. I think I had that one once. I mean, I could say who he is, but that would spoil it. I mean, he's just... He's just someone that the gang meets while they're looking for the main villain, Sephiroth. And he tells them that he's just like a fortune teller. Who Sephiroth's lame. Oh, the cat's lame. Yeah, that's what that ticket was coming out of his mouth. He was probably doing a fortune telling thing. Because he just makes out that he's like working at that casino place, the Gold Saucer. Yeah, he's pretty cool villain, Sephiroth. He had a pretty good fight scene in the film that they did, Advent Children. Final trailer. Oh. I've already got it uploaded. How to properly enjoy FF7 Rebirth and have the best experience possible. Like I want someone else telling me how to play the game. He has a really cool boss music as well, Sephiroth. Very epic. It's like nearly a 10-minute song. I think it might be like 8 minutes. Yeah, there's some bangers in most of the Final Fantasy games. Even the shittest Final Fantasy game has one good song. Even Final Fantasy 15 has a good song. Potentially the worst game, but well, that's my opinion. It was open world, but in a pointless way. Whereas this, at least, this looks like it's open world in a way that will actually have things to do. I mean, I'd be happy just running around fighting monsters, because the combat on this game will be fun, I think. It's one of the main reasons, you know, to have a remake of it for me is just to make the combat cooler. Ugh. What else can I look at? Well, flashy and actually fun to play as well. It is, you know, I did have to use my brain on Remake at certain points. I had to strategize, you know, there's got some buffs and debuffs. And they actually help. And the characters actually, you know, play a bit different and have like Cloud is kind of an all-rounder, but he has like a counter stance. You can switch into where he'll counter physical attacks. And Tifa's just, I suppose she's sort of like the rogue stand-in, or the closest thing. She's really fast. And Aerith has some like a lot of support moves and good at magic. And then Barrett's sort of a tank. I mean, I suppose I could probably bring up my own gameplay. Just to give you an idea of what it's like at its most fun. One second and I'll find it. Oh yeah, it's about 90 gigs on my PC version. That's not too bad considering though. Yeah. Well, this one's on 2 discs. Rebirth. So it might be more. Open worlds usually make it a bit more. Then Remake isn't open world. It's still quite big. YouTube Studio. If I can find this thing. I might have had it as a highlight on Twitch. Airbuster. Yeah. Or shall we? What the hell is this Meet My Maker that Raven's playing? Fantastic. No, think I've heard of it. I wondered, because he'd made a chat channel for it. I was like, what the heck is that about? Oh, there it is. Okay. Have enough suffering. Here we go. Oh, cool. Now you get 2 follow count bars at the same time. That's the progress I've made in how long? 3 months. Yaw.
I'm sick of all of this.
It's just like when I failed my home.
Cloud, get your head in the game.
I'll turn it up a bit.
Counting on you, man.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. You guys good to go?
As good as I'll ever be.
Is that it?
Oh yeah, it's called Airbuster.
Right.
It's just some robot the corporate's sick on them. Yeah, this was my favourite fight in Remake, I think.
Big boy means business.
You're up.
All right.
Don't give
Watch
up.
and learn.
Yeah.
Gotta beat it head on. Big bang. It's on now.
But how clear it is for you. I did change my stream to 720 for this one. I was curious if that would help. We'll have to check how it looks later.
Nothing personal. Now's our chance.
You see but a fraction of this machine's true capabilities. Deathbuster ready to fire. Now show me how fast you can run.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'll do it. Want some more? Damn, that thing's powerful.
That was too close.
We need to come up with a plan.
Here it comes. Bring it home.
Yeah, when Cloud's swinging his sword like a maniac there, that's when I'm in the counter stance. He attacks a lot faster.
I hate when they do that.
Let's take care of them first. No holding
It's
back.
got removable hands. Multi-angle bullying, and then, you know, he grabbed me there. Oh yeah, that's deliberate there. you fight it in the original game, Cloud's stuck on one side of it, and the other two are stuck on the other side. That sort of plays into the fight.
Too easy.
Because of what ends up happening. Oh, I was not avoiding those grabs, was I?
Taking over. Try this. Going in. Going all out.
The music slaps, though my video's a bit quiet. Even on my headphones.
Let's do this. Keep it up.
Let's finish
Oh yeah, that's alright. That's Tifa's little specialty is she has moves that increase the stagger percent. So you try and spam them out when it's staggered and it'll increase the damage they'll take while they're staggered, I think. I think that's mostly a her thing. Oh, hello elves.
All those drones. Time to do your thing, big man. Watch and learn. Just make sure you got my back, alright? You got this! Let's do this. Suck on this!
This didn't happen in the original.
Come on. Don't overdo it.
Let me handle this. Watch yourself.
This thing usually when they do like really cinematic fights in these games, they're pretty linear, but you still feel like you have a lot of, you know, you still feel like you've got some choices on this, even though it is following some kind of script.
Duty calls.
Well, probably don't have to use her as much in Rebirth. Yeah, you only had 4 playable characters in Remake.
I got this.
Need my help, do you?
Taking over. Bring it.
You brought this dumbass like yourselves by opposing us.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a PS5, you can basically get the first one for free if you pre-ordered Rebirth. But you have to, only for the digital though. So you can basically, if you don't mind digital and you don't mind PS5, you can have both games for the price of Rebirth basically. Which is pretty nice. It's quite generous for how things usually are. I mean, it's an expensive game anyway. That's Bahamut doing his thing.
Thanks. Gotta give it my all.
All set. You ready?
We almost got this. Come on, guys.
Bring it on.
Let's show 'em what we're made of. Hope you don't mind if I fill you full of holes. You got this.
Let's do this.
I was having to concentrate a little bit on this because this was on hard mode.
Calling lightning. Get ready.
She blues.
We don't have long to get clear.
Take Tifa and get out of here.
I was wrong about you.
This ain't.
And then he falls down and somehow survives and meets Aerith. But yeah, it's an easy recommend from me. Enjoyed my time with it. Only thing I'd complain about is I wanted more stuff to fight. I'll hopefully get my wish in Rebirth. Looks like there's a battle arena. And then you've got open world, so yeah, not too much exploring now. Like you get a little bit of free reign at a few points to do some side quests and stuff, but you know you're stuck in the city. That's kind of the point though, because it was like that in the original game. You don't get onto like the overworld map for a few hours in the original game till we get out of the city, and that's remake is entirely set in the city, in Midgar. Trying to think. Just to do normal mode and get through the story, I don't know. Depends how much you rush and stuff as well. Maybe 30 hours, though I probably took longer. but then I played it again on hard, so I've ended up with over 100 hours on it. Yeah. Oh, you've also got the Yuffie DLC extra bit, whatever you want to call it, the intergrade part. That's just a few hours. He plays the Ninja Girl. But yeah, it's whether you'll take a bit longer if you actually want to do the side quests and stuff. So if you ignored all the side quests, maybe like 20 hours if you just, gunned it for the story, but it's my guesswork. Suppose I could go look at my YouTube videos and add up the times, because I played through the whole game a few months ago. That's where that footage is from. Did the whole thing. It's 5 hours there. Oh no, you have to complete it anyway to do hard mode. It's aimed at... It's New Game Plus, basically. It's aimed at doing it after. You keep all your weapons and materia. Yawn. Ugh. It seems I took my sweet time with hard mode. Got 3 hours there, another 2 hours there, 5 hours, another 5 hours, nearly 8 hours there, nearly 4 hours. Yeah, I think they've got a bit more choice in difficulty on Rebirth, because I'm looking forward to that as well. Yeah, it's looking like the hard mode playthrough probably took me like 30 hours maybe. Of course, I'm sure some of that was me goofing around. You think, yeah, I might be thinking about it as well. I would have played some more Grand Blue, but gonna unlock a new character and screw around with them. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. Ugh. Thought you've been staying up late some days. Ooh, it's a foreboding thumbnail. Yeah, you gotta be tired. That's the trick I find. What the fuck? Well, random thing on my feed, but Tucker Carlson confirms he is in Russia to interview Vladimir Putin. Expect to see that on my YouTube feed. Oh, I might actually be interested in seeing that. Oh yeah, everyone wants. Yeah, they're talking all this shit in here as well in the UK. Are we ready for war with Russia? It's like, I don't know, are you ready? Are you ready? Don't get me involved. You can fuck off. I don't actually have this knee-jerk, they've not trained all the dogs just to impulsively hate Russia and Putin, because I don't. Stupid people will, I don't. Because I know all of our leaders are dumb fucks. So I'm not going to impulsively be like, grr, Vladimir Putin. Like, oh no, my prime minister is a dipshit. I don't trust him. USA is run by senile old fucks that should be in a care home. Well, yeah, but you have to wonder how much of, the way Russia's being, is it because of things our leaders have done? And we know that they do shit things even on our side of things, so it's like, who would be surprised? If, like NATO provoked it and the USA provoked it. That's what it smells like. But yeah, when that Ukraine thing's been going on for like 2 years now, right? God. And they've been drafting people, like, that's bullshit. They're drafting people that they don't give a fuck about to defend whatever they're doing wrong there, in my opinion. Rather than just give them what they want. Well, the Ukrainians like Poland more, or Russians like Poland more. Yeah, the war is bollocks. But I just feel like they could be negotiating. Because I don't think Putin just decided to do this overnight. I don't think he just woke up one day. I think it's been building up, and probably for reasons we aren't really being told. I know it was something to do with Ukraine thinking about joining NATO, which is like, NATO is just like the kind of an allied agreement between like the USA and half of Europe, basically. But Ukraine is on Russia's doorstep, so it's like if they join NATO, it just, it's sus to them or to Putin. So I don't know if that's part of it. I don't know. I'm just skeptical because if the media has spent decades at this point making sure we all hate Russia and I just feel like if the media is training me to not like something, I should probably ask why, because it's not like they care. They don't, they don't care about our well-being. Well, they care in so much as they need, they need people to do the shit jobs that they don't want to do. The rich people. Yeah, they do. So, yeah, it seems like a bit of a second world country in certain ways. Well, I mean, can you believe they literally were trying to cancel Russia the way they cancel everyone around here when that shit started? Like blocking, stupid shit down to like blocking Russia IP addresses from accessing Netflix and, petty shit like that. Or OnlyFans even. Oh no. Like, trying to think what else, just, things like that. Online products and things, like, it's trying to punish them. You're just screwing over people that have no say, but it's like, oh yeah, just fuck everyone that lives there. These are the same people that tell us not to be racist and, oh, don't judge a book by its cover, blah, blah, blah. And then, you're gonna stop some random, some Russian granny that just enjoyed a Netflix show, can't watch it anymore because Putin decided to do something. As if Granny could stop it, Dipshits. something. I don't know if it's all luck, to be honest. Shit. Yeah, I used to spend a lot longer on YouTube and that following politics, but then I realised there was a pattern, I guess, and it was going in a circle. Or maybe I just learned all I needed to know. You know, keeping up with every new thing started to lose its point because it just felt like the old things happening again. Oh yeah, makes sense. I'd rather go hide in the woods than be drafted to fight for this country, though. They can suck my dick, to be honest. It ain't gonna work. It's retarded to think it would. It's not 1940s anymore. They've turned the country to shit in about half a century. It's unrecognisable from how it was in the 1940s. Not entirely in a good way. You need to have some pride and, what I say, a homogenous community. If you know what homogenous means. But I barely know my neighbours at this point, so it's like, you know, just a sense of community. You need that, a lot of that, if you want to convince people to go fight a war. Plus, you wouldn't even trust the reason they're giving you anymore. I mean, I'm not sure they were given the right reasons in the 1940s. You just didn't know any better than what the radio told you back then. Because, you rely on these people to tell the truth. These people you don't know. Oh, what does the news say? I mean, there was definitely propaganda. But yeah, you can't just turn patriotism on and off like a fucking light switch. They've had it turned off for like decades at this point. They've actually, you got police going up questioning someone because they were holding up, a United Kingdom flag in the street, police acting like, you might offend someone with that. That's what they've been doing, and now you want them to fight for a flag they can't even carry in the street without a police questioning them about it. Yeah. I'd rather join the Russians. Because I tell you what, the Russians don't tolerate the woke garbage. So I've even seen Putin talk about that. like they've made it really easy to, you know, make Russians feel like they live somewhere better in that sense. They can easily just point at dumb shit we're doing, that the media's doing, the woke shit, and be like, you know, at least we're not like that. Oh yeah, I try my best. It's easy when you're playing a game like Grand Blue. There's nothing woke in that. It's just good old fashioned anime cheese. Nice. Final Fantasy VII is quite good at not doing that as well, as far as I can tell. Yep. It's the Western games that do it. What? Suppose I can go if that makes it easier for you. I can go to bed. And maybe I'll stream this demo tomorrow if I can get it. 7 Rebirth demo. That'll be cool. Might be in like the afternoon or something. To be honest, I was having trouble starting the stream earlier because, I don't know, just anxiety. It's fucking me up. Makes me not want to talk. It's good for streaming. Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Have a hard time getting anyone else to watch, except for Raven, sometimes. Ava's been sick, so she's kind of disappeared off the map. Yeah, that's the problem I have with all this, you know, trying to network with people. Like, how do you balance that while also doing everything else? Like, if I'm always in other people's streams, then I won't ever be streaming myself, will I? My tism brain has trouble with it. Like, obviously, I've got to know Raven a bit, and I pay him a visit sometimes. But then, how many more people can I add to that? Not many. Because, you know, I've got sleep to do, and got to cook my meals and look after my cat and play games. And yeah, stuff. Yeah, pretty sleepy. Everyone's gonna be accusing that Tucker guy of being a Russian spy or something, just because he's gone to interview him. You watch. You're a Russian collaborator. That's how these clowns are. Because you know they tried to blame Russia for Trump being elected. They tried to dig up all that old shit then. That's like 8 years ago now. It was all, oh, Russians hacked the election or some bullshit, and they just accused and accused for years, but they never had any solid, nothing solid ever came of it. Because it was probably bullshit. Anyway. In Final Fantasy VII, there aren't any elections because one corporation basically runs the whole fucking planet. The guy in the white suit. It's a power company. But they grew. It shows you what happens. It's a good example, in my opinion, of what happens when a corporation gets way too big. It was an electric power company, and it ended up just running everything, and it has its own military, which is what all those soldiers are. So it, basically just became a state. Funny how that works. It's an interesting angle. That's just kind of going on in the background amongst all the drama with the characters and stuff. But then Sephiroth worked for that military. He was a product of that. Real shit. Shall I raid Raven just to troll him? Is he even on? Raid him. 2 people. Where is that fucker? Oh, is he offline? Yeah. I could raid Zelda GIF World. Silly though. He's a nice guy. So he's got like 55 viewers, so I don't know if it'll be insulting to raid him with 2 people. I don't know. He's playing Zelda. He plays Zelda games. Yeah, he didn't. I was hoping he'd stick around a bit longer when he said hi the other day. I was like, that's the first time he said hi, because he's been lurking me and stuff. Yeah, he's... But then I guess I've got to stay and say hi if I raid him. I don't know. I don't... Oh, I don't know if he's there. Is he there? Wilted... Oh, okay, he's there. That makes... Okay. Here we go then. Yeah. It wasn't going up on the suggested, it was coming up with the people that have more views. That probably wouldn't even recognise me, so... I mean, I know the Zelda guy a bit. But yeah. Here we go then. But I'll say goodnight anyway. Oh, really? Did the raid work? But I'm not even in the channel to see him react. How do you get on the channel quick?